put your hands together and welcome the magic, the mystery of Lewis Chaney. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Now, as you've heard, I do a little mind reading stuff. So I'm going to start off with something this time a little bit fun. Because I know what every one of you is thinking right now. Lewis, how'd you meet your wife? I'm going to tell you. Late one evening in a bar, I sat. Next to this pretty young girl, we started to chat. First, it was some small talk. Then we began to converse about the mysteries of the universe. Well, me being a gentleman, I started to think, maybe I should buy her a drink. So I made her an offer. I was taking it slow. She put out her hand and shook her head no. When off of her face, I saw something fly. It was shining. It was gleaming. It was her glass eye. It hit the bar with a resounding ping. Never before had I seen such a thing. It rolled to the edge, and off the table it dropped. I reached out my hand, and that's where it stopped. So I handed it to her, and to my chagrin, into her socket, she put it back in. With this gesture, I wondered, could her heart be won? So I asked her, are you seeing someone? With my foot in my mouth, tasting just great, she said she'd plan us a date. Dinner and dancing, a one-time fling, soon turned into a regular thing. The weeks turned to months, time flew by. I even forgot about her glass eye. Now here I stand after the ceremony, joined together in bliss, wedded in holy matrimony, wondering how she became my wife, and wanted to spend the rest of her life with a guy like me. So I asked her, why? She said, you're the first man ever caught my eye. Bad.
That's great.
One of those things like you do all this for that payoff. It's such a bad pun, I had to do it. Okay. Now, I talk about my wife and I talk about doing that. Here's why. Gentlemen, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, you jump in. Women have an intuitive ability we are never going to understand or get. You with me on this? Am I wrong? Okay. Give you a quick example. My son was supposed to be walking with friends to go downtown from this high school to a festival downtown. My wife goes, something's wrong. What? I don't know, but there's just something wrong. So we go and find the group of friends he's supposed to be walking with, and we're parked in the parking lot. We're watching them go by. Guess where my son's not? With his buddies. So my wife calls and goes, where are you right now? At a girl's house. Get home now. Dads, we just go, whatever. She had some sense about it. You all have a gift for this stuff. And I want to try something with a couple of you, okay? What I want to do, I'm going to do this. Let's just try this. Do this with the two of you sitting here. Let me get a hold of this. Would you hold your hand out, please? I just want you to imagine what could be in there. It's a small envelope, so think of different things that might fit in there. Obviously, a truck is out, okay? But think of things that might fit in there. And just try to think of 2 or 3 things that may go in there. Okay? Just don't say anything, just have them in your head. Would you hold your hand out for me, please? Same thing, you put your hand away. Just think of what might be in here. Got it? I'm going to leave this right here. We're going to do something, a card kind of a thing, but not at the beginning. We're going to do this in your imaginations only. You two have intuitively held this. You've thought about what could be in there. I'm going to let you pick the suits. Clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds. Pick which one you'd like out of those.
You want to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Hearts.
Hearts. Now, when this is over, every single one of you here is going to go, what if she changed her mind? You're going to ask, what if I changed my mind? You chose hearts. Do you want to change your mind or do you want to stick with that?
No, it's perfect.
Decisive. The answer is unwavering. I'm used to that at home. Anyway, you get to pick the card. Ace through king. Choose one.
9.
The 9. I'll ask you the same question. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
2 very decisive ladies. 9 of hearts. You could have changed it to anything. All right. I do happen to have a deck of cards here. You all chose the 9 of hearts. Let's go through here and find it. They're all, as you can tell, different near this 9 of hearts.
It's not hearts.
Oh, sorry, you're right. See? This is why I have my wife helping me drive here, guys.
Indecisive.
Try that again.
Yeah.
All right, 9 of hearts. What do you think's in here?
What was I thinking? A key.
A key. What other things? Would you think of 2 or 3 things?
A quarter, a key, one of the little devices that is a memory chip thing from your
Ooh,
computer.
she's giving me high-tech points.
From your computer.
What about you?
I thought of a key as well, or an earring, a bracelet, a barrette.
All kinds of things. Would you do me a favor? Would you open that up and just dump out everything that's in there? Everything comes out.
That's what I thought.
What'd you
Yeah.
think?
I think folded money.
You thought folded money. What about
That's
you?
what I thought. Money.
What did you come up
button
with?
is what
I was
thinking.
thinking about, yes, I know, it was my first thought.
Well, see,
was about-
you're kind of in that general ballpark. So you kind of like buttons. This is small enough to have been like a chip, so you're in the ballpark. $2.11 is what's in here. Why does this matter? These cards, just so you see, they are not just any cards at all. These cards have different amounts of money on them. $8.25, for example, or $25.25, $6.17. Say you'd have gone with the 10 of hearts. 10 of hearts says $27.30 on it.
Okay.
You all both handled what was in the envelope and intuitively picked the only card with $2.11.
Whoa, good. Whoa,
Kind of weird stuff.
that's great.
Let's get rid of this. Set this off to the side for now. Okay. Which one of you here on the front row watches movies? Anybody here a movie fan? You two, both of my movie fans. Okay. Do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah.
What is it? Go ahead and tell. Guilty pleasures. You don't get judged here. It's judgment-free zone. Okay.
The Princess Bride.
Good choice. Good choice. What about you?
Sound of music.
Ooh, I just recently watched that, and the funny thing is, one of my favorite people in the world, I've loved her since I was a kid, is Angela Cartwright, who's in that, and I've gotten to meet her. She was like the one person I'm like, I wanted to go meet. I've worked with all kinds of celebrities. I met this lady and went, I couldn't talk. I was just nervous as all get out with her. Those are 2 good choices. Let's try something with you with movies here. I'm a huge movie buff. As you know, that's the reason for the trip when we started coming up this way. We're headed to Mansfield, where Shawshank Redemption was shot. Y'all, how many here know about all of that? The Shawshank Trail? Yeah, Mansfield is awesome. This is going to be our 3rd trip there. It's really cool to go to. Movie posters. These cards my buddy picked up somewhere. I think he was on a trip somewhere. And these are movie posters. I'll show you. I have seen every movie here. I've got The Untouchables, Ghost, Titanic, Lethal Weapon, Matrix, Die Hard, all these different movies in here, okay? Including some English ones, this Carry On series, which I've seen a couple of. They're just British comedies, which hit and miss. British comedy, some of you like it, some of you don't, but for me, sometimes it just knocks me out of my chair. Monty Python, I'm a huge fan of. I would like for you to do me a favor. Take these. I would like for you to look through there and find a movie. I'll turn my back. I want you to find a movie. If you find one in there that you've seen before, make it one you've seen several times. When you get that done, I want you to hold on to that card, and then I want you to just take the rest of them, hand them over to somebody else. They can put their hand on them so I can't see them. I'm going to keep my eyes closed through this and turned away from you. Tell me when you have one selected.
I had one selected.
Okay. Now, this is a movie you've seen a lot.
Yes.
Here's the thing, guys. What all this is going to be about is emotions, intuition, as we talked about earlier. My wife had that feeling something's wrong. And something stirred inside of her emotionally going, I got to check on this. She would not rest until she checked on it. You will forget places you've gone. You'll forget things you've done. You'll forget people. You'll remember movies and you'll remember the lines from them. They get into your heart and your soul, and you'll talk about them for years, and you'll remember stuff that you've long forgotten about other things. You have a movie in your hand. Would you show everybody what movie you've selected? Kind of show it around if you can, so everybody can see it. Everybody can see the poster she's got there. All right. On the back of that card, there are all the list of movies, okay?
Okay.
And what I want you to do is, in any order, all the movies that are in this set are listed on the back. I want you to, in any order you want, I want you to read each of those movies off. Make sure you hit them all. Go ahead and do that for me now.
In any order.
In any order.
The Untouchables, Titanic, The Shawshank Redemption, Raiders of the Lost Ark, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Matrix, Lethal Weapon, Jaws, Halloween, Ghost, First Blood, Escape from New York, Die Hard, The Crow, Carry On Regardless, The Boondock Saints, The Avengers.
Okay. Do me a favor. Go back through them again just a little bit slower. I'm listening for something. I'll explain
In
why.
the same order?
Doesn't matter.
The Avengers, The Boondock Saints, Carry On Regardless, The Crow, Die Hard, Escape from New York, First Blood, Ghost, Halloween, Jaws, Lethal Weapon, The Matrix, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Shawshank Redemption,
Okay,
Titanic.
stop. I don't know if you guys heard it. This is what I'm listening for. You've got a movie that you've chosen, that you've seen several times. You give that movie more reverence. The other titles you read, yes, okay, it's a title. Blah, 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 blah. But when you get to this one, you're like, oh, it's just something about you. It's something, it touches you, and your voice changes. You don't realize it. But the emotions from that film are affecting the way you're even reading the title of the film. Because unless I miss my guess and I heard you correctly, you gave far more reverence to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I was afraid you might get three of them because I've seen three of them a number of times.
What were the other ones?
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's my all-time favorite. I mean, of all the movies that I've watched, that's, like we
Wow.
talked about earlier, the most
Yeah.
perfect film ever made, in my opinion. Now, we're going to talk about emotions. Talked about how films are attached to emotions. And I want to do this, I'm going to do this with you. Okay. She goes, that's why I sat on the front row, I got picked on. Here's what we're going to do. This is going to get a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper into the world of emotions as we go. These cards, for those of you, I'll hold them up where you can see, they have emotions written on them. These cards, you ever been to one of those, what do they call it, the New Age stores? You've been to these New Age stores before? They've got the incense and the singing bowls and the beads. Put it this way, if you're a 70s kid, this is the store, man. It's like, well, I remember all this crap. But I went to one, we were down in Panama City Beach last year. And they got all this cool stuff. Every single day we were there for the 5 or 6 days we were in Panama, I went to this store. I'm like, I got to get something. I can't walk out of the store and not take something home. And you get to a certain age where you start trying to throw things away. And I'm like, I got to get these. These cards have different emotions on them. Some are positive, some are negative. And the way this works is, what they say these cards are supposed to do is, let's say you're feeling a particular emotion. Say you've got something negative you're feeling. You take these cards out, you shuffle them. You turn them up one at a time onto the table. When you see a positive emotion, you lay it off to the side. And you try to take that positive emotion and apply it to whatever you're feeling. You do that with 3 cards, and it, going back to lifting you up, it lifts you up. It's amazing what it can do for you. You get lifted up, you take those, you put them back together, you put them back in the box, and the next time you feel down, you do it again. It's really, really interesting. There's other facets you can do with this, but that's the one key that I use. What I'm going to do with you is we're going to go kind of randomly at this, all right? I'm going to set these right here. We'll just give them another little cut here. So make sure there's no way to know what order they're in or anything, so I can't tell. I'm going to set these here. I want you to simply give them a single cut some off there, very carefully get the rest, put them all on the top, square them back up and set them there. Could you do that for me, please? Now, Because you all may think, okay, Lewis, there's something you can do in here to see whatever. Instead of using the top card, which is what a lot of people would do, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to pick up the whole pack. I'll turn my back, pick up the entire pack, and look at the bottom. You see an emotion there?
Yes.
Set them all back down. Fair enough? Fair enough. Is that an emotion you want to work with, or do you would like to find a different one? Are you happy with that emotion?
Yeah, that one's fine.
Okay. I want you to think about a time, either something recently or something more distant, that connects to this. You're already smiling. Tells me there's a story going on in your head. This makes sense because you've already got something, do you not? Okay. Here's what I want to do with you. I'm going to have you take a couple of these. Be very, very careful, because what this is a permanent black marker. This used to be a white outfit. Be very careful. Take this if you would. Just put your initials right there on those two cards for me. Just those two cards right there. Put your initials. Then I'm going to initial one of the cards here. Okay? Now, this situation that you are thinking of has to do with this particular emotion, yes? This emotion you're thinking of, were there other people involved during this time? So you've got at least somebody you can lock on that was there close to you when this was going on, right? Okay. Right now, I would like for you to do me a favor. I want you to concentrate on where this happened. Whether that was, if you want to say it was like in the living room, it could have been in a restaurant. You could name the restaurant. It could have been in your yard. Just kind of narrow it down to one or two words, okay? I want you to think about just the location where that happened, okay? I've got your initials on the card, okay? I'm simply going to flip it over. I want you to concentrate on that. Think about where you were. Think about who you were with. I'm just going to ask you off the top. This could have been a negative emotion. This could have been a positive one. I'm not sure. Would you just tell me that? Were we working with a positive emotion or a negative emotion? Was it something negative that turned positive? Something like that? It could be or negative, or the other way
I
around.
would say it's positive.
It is positive. Okay. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to simply get your second card up here. Now, I'm committed to what I think is there. Mm-hmm. For verification later, tell everybody, where was this? Where did this happen?
Room.
In your family room. Okay. And I don't want to get too deep. I'm not going to have you reveal what it was, so I'm not going to embarrass you or anything like that, okay? But I just want you to really lock, because I'm trying to connect to the emotions that you're going through. Because I'm already picking up some things in there. When you said this, you smiled, and I'm like, okay, it's got to be something positive. But then again, when you came back, I'm like, okay, there's some stuff going on there. This had a balance in it. Now I want you to think of the other person that was there. And I'm simply going to take your card here and go here. Think of who was there with you. Okay? See them in your head. Was this person that you've got in your head right now, were they directly connected to this emotion and whatever happened in this moment?
Yes.
So it was definitely about them, about you and this person. Was this something that was the negative portion of this, if you don't mind telling me, and I'm not going to ask you what it was, but was the negative portion of this yours, were you having the negative side, or were they coming with the negative side, or was it kind of both of you, or what?
Probably me.
Glad you admitted that. Okay. Committed to that. And now I'm going to go to my card. For verification again, who's the person?
My husband.
Your husband. What is his name?
Bill.
Bill. So this is something going on. I'm relating to this. You've heard about the trip we've had coming here already. I've scared her only once really bad driving. She did yell this morning.
Oh, whoops.
We're not done. I have more opportunities, is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? All right. So it's you and Bill. Now then, I want you to think of just the final emotion. Now, I'm not caring about the rest of them. I'm not caring about the ones before. whatever you had here, I want you to think about it, okay? So I'm going to try to come up with, if I can, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that, because you've got more, even though you've got one here you've chosen, you've got more that are running in there. She's having a real hard time focusing on this one because I think I'm dredging up something I probably shouldn't be dredging up. She's going, yeah, now you're just making me angry again. So, all right, here we go. That's my card. These are yours. These haven't been touched, except by you. You said this happened where?
Family room.
Family room. Which I was writing down these things as you were thinking. This happened with?
Bill.
Bill. And tell everybody the emotion.
Patience.
Was it
Patience.
patience?
Oh my God.
All right. This last piece is something that, when you talk about emotions, we've gone through something now. You did this with your husband. How long have you been married?
42 years.
Bill, raise your hand. You're functioning still? The arms are working, all that? Because at 42 years, I'm not so sure I won't be eating with a spoon and straw, because I'm not sure
It's been
yet.
6 of the happiest years of my life.
Exactly.
Very good.
All right. And you guys, you said have been together for 37. Okay. I want to try something with you guys, because here's the thing. You guys have been in love for a long time. Who said I love you first? Do you remember?
I don't.
We've been around so long, we just forgot. We just still say. Do you still say you love each other, though?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's all that matters. But here's the thing about love, guys. Love is amazing, because think about the people who experience it multiple times in their life. You know, when you found love later on in life, after love, either they lost a love or whatever happened multiple times, there's some people who never find it even once. If you're fortunate enough to find it once, that's an amazing thing by itself. But I want to try something with you guys, because there's more things out there than love. Love is the one thing that opens up our hearts and our souls. All right? Love is the key. But what else do we have, guys? We got like. Like. Would you just try to twist that for me, please? Just showing you it doesn't open. Because like, you can like somebody. But liking, all that means is you just want to get to know that person. Doesn't mean there's any kind of a romantic involvement or you have an interest that direction. You're just simply going, I like them, all right. Okay? There's a room in like, it's called the friend zone, where a lot of guys are getting put, where they're going, well, I wish it worked out, but it didn't. Guys and ladies both can be in the friend zone. So that's going to be like. And like, that's not it. Okay? Then you can have a crush on somebody. Now, a crush is kind of cool. You like somebody a lot. And you're like, oh. And what do you do with a crush? The crush is not about them. It's about you. What are you doing in a crush? You're going, they're perfect. And you have this imagination running wild that they are everything. You know, they're the person that does every single thing you want them to do, when you want them to do it. It's all of that. But it's not real, which is why it doesn't work. And you don't ever tell them it's there. Okay? What happens then, those guys, is you have attraction. Now it gets different here. Attraction, you admit that you like this person. And because you've still got that crush kind of thing in your head, guess what? They could be wearing red flags over their entire body and you're going to go, I'm going to date that person, because you're just not thinking clearly, because you're still trying to subscribe that crush kind of thing in there, and you really try, here's the mold, fit it, just fit the mold, and you just can't get them to do it. So that doesn't work either. Then there's the one that gets really close. Infatuation. Ooh, now you're getting serious. Because my little heart just feels it. I just know it. I just know I'm in love with this person. You're not. It could be heartburn. We don't know. You're just going, but I think I love him. I think I like him. We're going to. Oh, I'm going to marry him. We're going to. You spend all this time, a lot of time with him, and then you go, what was I thinking? Why didn't you tell me? And your friends go, I told you. You go, you didn't tell me. Yes, I did. I tried to tell you 18 times. I told. No, that doesn't work either. You guys know what true love is. But you found it before. You have it now. Can you find it again? All these are exactly the same in terms of the way they look. But you've already seen only one opens up hearts and souls. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to drop all these in here. Would you be so kind as to shake those up for me, please? Make sure they're mixed up really good. Okay? This is something, before we go any further, I want you to do me a favor. If I asked you, why do you love her? I want you to come up with one sentence that says that. Something you'd tell me, one sentence that says, I love her because. If a total stranger asked you that question, what would you tell them? Same thing. One sentence, okay? This has to be a mutual agreement, okay? Reach in there and take out one key. Hold it in your fingers. Sir, would you reach over and touch the key with her? Now, here's the question. There are 5 keys there representing 5 different phases of what I just talked about. You two have to agree. So look in his eyes, look in her eyes. Is this key true love, or is this one of those other things? And it doesn't matter what you choose. Not trying to make you pick anything. What do you think? Is it?
True love.
You think it is. What do you think?
I kind of think it's not.
Here we go. Let's see. That's what I like about it. It's like, we've been married a while, but I ain't going along with everything, he says. No, it's not.
No.
Try again. Take another one out.
Oh, I get to take it out.
Yep.
So.
You can hold it. You give it to him. Let him hold it this
Yeah.
time. You take one out. He's like, I'm looking for love, man. He's like, see, okay, I'll bet you anything he said I love you first, and here's why. Because he went, I'm ready for love. Love. This one's love, baby, right? Not? Okay, sorry. Let's try again. All right, take a look at each other. What do you think? I'll ask you this time. Is that?
I think it is.
True love.
No, I want you to notice what just happened. He didn't say a dang thing until she opened her mouth. And, I'll go along with what she says. That's right. Because you've been married a while and you're a smart man. But the question becomes, guys, this is you two. Now, I laughed about the first thing because you're like, I don't know. But then he went along. But I got to ask you, honestly, did you feel like this really was that? Or did you just go along with it with her?
This is it.
You really believe so?
Oh my God.
You did.
You two still have the ability to find true love. Keep it every day. Now, my last thing is, I'll take those back. As we end this thing here, I want to ask you, if somebody asked you, what would you say? Why do you love him? She's like questioning it now. Because he didn't go along with my first response.
Because he accepts me as I am.
That's beautiful.
She has a huge heart.
Guys, can we do that? Guys, thank y'all so much for letting me play with y'all again today. Have a good afternoon. Thank y'all.
Wonderful. That's good.